Now you can start your class, right? And
Yeah, okay. But
yeah,
students have
and
not joined
and
it.
claim your host because I don't need now.
Ah, okay, okay. Yes, I have claimed that. Hi everyone, good morning. Yes, so can you able to hear me? Okay, fine. So I welcome you all to the JE Advanced Crash Course, okay, chemistry crash course. And myself, Rubini, okay, I'm your chemistry teacher, and I'm here to guide you in the chemistry JE Advanced thing, okay. And in today's session, just we are going to have like an orientation and what is the plan behind it and how is your exam pattern is going to be. Just we are going to discuss all these things today. Okay? Yes. So shall we start? Fine. So now I'll share the screen. One second. Yeah. Okay. Fine. So I welcome you all to the JE Advanced. One second. Yes. Okay. So I welcome you all for the JE Advanced thing. Okay. So here in today's session, just we are going to discuss about the strategies what we are going to follow, and I'll be just clearly tell you right what is the exam pattern and what are the main chapters you have to cover, what are the chapters you don't have to miss out, right? And what are the tips you have to follow, and all these things we are going to see today. Yes. So first moving to the exam pattern. So this JEE advanced level, we all know that like JEE main is also like a online mode, right? So JEE advanced is also a computer based test. Okay, it is also a online mode test. And here you will be writing like two papers. There are going to be like two papers. Number of papers is going to be two, and in both the papers you'll be having three parts, that is physics, chemistry and maths. Okay, so you'll be having like two papers, so both will contain physics, chemistry and mathematics, and the duration for each paper is going to be Baki has. That is, you'll be having like 9 to 12 p.m., 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. You'll be writing paper one, and from 2:30 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. You'll be writing paper two. So you'll be having like two papers. You'll be writing two papers, each of 3 3 hours. Okay. Yes. Okay. So you are going to write like two papers, each contains physics. Now moving to the JEE Advanced 2023 year 2023 paper was. Okay, for the paper one pattern, just look into the sections. You'll be having like four sections. Okay, in as well as mathematics, you'll be having like four sections. Okay, so section one is of MCQ type, where more than one option is right. More than one option is right. So you'll be having like option A, B, C, and D. Okay, you'll be giving you'll be having like four options, and you have to check that more than one option is going to be right. Okay, so if there is a question, okay, and like you have to choose the correct statement. You have to choose the correct statement regarding something. Okay, so here they'll be giving you like one or two correct statements. For example, if A and B is of correct statement, C and D of wrong statement, then you have to take both A and B. You have to take both A and B. Okay, so this is MCQ of more than one option is right. And how many questions they were asked? It was asked like three questions. Total number of questions was three. Each carries 4 marks. So maximum mark is going to be four. And also, right, in JEE main exam, we know that there is negative marking. In JEE Advanced, that there are four categories of marking. There are four categories of marking. Okay, one is like if your answer is right correct, then you'll be awarded 4 marks. Okay, full marks, full marks. And next comes the partial mark. For these type of like MCQs of more than one option is right, more than one option is right. Okay, so for instance, if you mark like A and B, if A and B are correct, okay, if you mark only option A or you mark only option B, then you will get the partial marking for it. Okay, we'll just see in detail about the partial marking too. Yes, and then comes the negative marking. We all know that. And if you don't attend the question, then the mark is going to be zero. Okay, for unattended question, the mark is going to be zero. And section 2 is only one option is correct. Okay, section 2 is only one option is correct. So for only one option right, you'll be having like A, B, C, D. Among the four options, only one answer is going to be right. And the maximum mark of this section is going to be like 12 marks. Okay, maximum mark is going to be. And the third section is going to be the integer type question. So in this integer type question, okay, you're just going to solve and enter the numerical value starting from 0 to 9. So your answer will be from 0 to 9 only. Okay, so you just solve the question and your answer will be from 0 to any one number from 0 to. That is the integer type question, and the total number of questions in this part is going to be 6. Okay, and the maximum mark for this question is 24, so each question carries 4 marks. And the last part was the match type question. Okay, so in the match type question, right, so you'll be having like list A and list B, and you have to match it. The total number of question is going to be 4, and the maximum mark is going to be 12. So each question carries 3 marks. Each question carries 3 marks. Okay, so this is about the pattern of last year JEE Advanced question. Okay, now moving to the marking scheme. Okay, moving to the marking scheme. I have already told that you'll be having like full marks, partial marks, negative marks, and then zero marking. So in the section 1, we have already discussed section 1 is of more than one option, right? Yes. So what is the complete mark is 4. Okay, full mark. If your answer is right, you'll be getting full mark. You'll be getting full mark. And the partial marking, when you see over here, it is of +3, +2, +1 or +2, +1. Okay. So why there are two types of marking is in +3, +2, +1 category. In +3, +2, +1 category. Okay. So here, if for instance, okay, you are having a question like you have to correct, you have to choose the correct statements. Okay, and they have provided like all the statements right. Okay, like you'll be having A, B, C, and D. You'll be having like A, B, C, and D. Okay, so A, B, C, and D, and all the four are correct. All the four are correct. Okay, now if suppose I have marked like 3, I have marked like all the 4 is right, then you'll be getting 4 marks. You'll be getting 4 marks. You'll be getting 4 marks. Okay, if I have missed one option, okay, I have thought that option, like option B, I have thought that option B, okay, option B is incorrect, and I have marked only like A, B, and C, A, B, and C. Then I'll be getting the partial marking. Got it, students? Everyone clear with this? Yes. So if all the options, 4 options are right, you're marking like all the 4 are right, then you'll be awarded full marks. If you're marking like 3 options right and 1 is left out, okay, you have assumed that it is an incorrect statement and left out. Now what happens? You'll be awarded partial mark for the answers what you have written. Okay, now like I have marked only B and C. I have marked only B and C. What happens? I'll be getting +2 mark. If I marked only option B, I'll be getting plus 1 mark. Okay, this in case if all the options are right. What happens? What happens if three options are right? What happens if three options are right? Then the marking scheme will be like, I'll assume like A, okay, A, B, C, D is there. Okay. So now like option A, B and C are right answer. Option A, B and C are right answer. Okay. Now what happens if you have like marked all the three? If you have chosen all the three correct options, what marks you'll be getting? Very good. Yes, you'll be getting like plus 4 marks. You'll be getting like plus 4 marks. Okay. Now if suppose I have marked only like option A, C. Okay, I have marked only option C over here. I have marked only option C. Okay, so what happens? I'll be getting only 1 mark. I have marked like both B and C. What happens? I'll be getting 2 marks. Okay, what happens now if you have chosen some any incorrect answer? Like in A, B, C, and D. A, B, C, and D. I have chosen A and D, where D is incorrect. Okay, so here have like A, B, C and D, but D is incorrect. Now I have marked this one as an option. What happens? You'll be getting negative marking. So what is the negative mark is going to be? -2. -2 is the negative marking. So be very careful while choosing the answers. Okay. So you have like well prepared for your JEE mains. Okay. You are well versed with the concepts. Okay. In JEE Advance, you have to be very careful in selecting the answers. Okay. Now moving to the section two. Okay. Only one option is right. Only one option is right. Okay. So in section one, you can see like they will give you the detailed description of what is the marking going to be. So before attempting the question, before going to attempt the question, what you have to do, you have to clearly read the instructions given. You have to clearly read the instructions given. Okay? Yes. So once again, guys. Okay, fine. So it's done. Okay, so clearly read the instructions given. Okay, so in section one, you can see that you have like 3 questions. Yes. So you have like 3 questions. Okay. So each question has option, 4 options. So here one or more than these options is going to be right. One or more is right. Okay. So now if all the 4 is right, you'll be getting plus 4 marks. If all the 4 are correct option, but you have marked only 3 options are chosen, plus 3 marks. Okay. So if you choose only 2 options, then you'll be getting plus 2 mark. And if you for not attempting, and in all the other cases, okay, you'll be getting a negative mark. You'll be getting a negative mark. For example, here when I take like A, B, and D are the only options which is right. Okay, so if A, B, and D, you'll get plus 4 marks. Yes, if you choose like A and B, both are right. A and B, right? You choose only A and D, how many marks will okay? If you choose B, okay, any two of the right options, if you choose any two of the right options, one of the right option you'll be getting plus 1 mark. In any other combination, if see, I have chosen A and C. Now I have chosen like A, B, and C. See, very careful students. Okay, regarding this type, like one or more than one option is right. Okay, be careful while choosing the options. By be careful, right? So if you are choosing like only the correct options, you'll be getting at least a partial marking. But if you choose the incorrect option, then you'll be getting the negative marking. So be very careful. Okay. So for instance, see here, I have like a question. Select the correct statement about the optical isomers of tartaric acid. Optical isomers of tartaric acid. Okay. Option A is two of them are meso compounds. Option B is two of them are optically active compounds. Option C is one of the isomers are three. Can you guess the options? Yes. Okay, so here option number B, C, and D is going to be true. We know that tartaric acid has optical isomer. Okay, are both optical isomers going to be meso compound? Okay, so two of them are optically active. Yes. One of them is a meso compound. Yes. Total number of optical isomers is going to be three. Yes. Okay. So three answers are right. Three answers are right. Okay. So if you have chosen like B, C, and D, how many marks you will be getting? If you are choosing B, C, and D, how many marks you'll be getting? B, C, and D. You'll be getting plus 4. Plus 4. Now, I have chosen only two options like B and plus 1 mark, either of the three. Now, what happens if I choose an A along with any of the combination? Then there will be a negative marking of minus 2. Clear with this, everyone? Yes, fine. Now, moving to the second part, this one we all know, right? So, if it is of one option right, so you'll be awarded plus 3 marks and minus 1 for the negative marking. Okay, if the option is wrong, then you'll be getting negative mark. Okay, yes. Now moving to the third is integer type question. Third is integer type question. So integer type question, I've already told you, you are just going to enter the numerical. Okay, enter the integer starting from 0 to 9. So you'll be having only one as the you'll be entering only one value starting from 0 to 1. Okay, so if the value what you're entering is right, you'll be having plus 4 marks. Is there negative marking for the integer type question? No, there is no negative marking at all. If you leave unattempted, you'll be having 0 marking. If the answer is wrong, 0 marking. Okay, there is no negative marking for this type of question. Okay, so you can try this question because you don't have the negative marking. You can try to attempt the question. Like, and the next part is like match type question. So here, if you answer, you'll be having like plus 3 marks. Okay, if your answer is right, and the marks will be like 0 if you unattempted, and here there is negative marking. You'll be having like minus 1. Okay, here you'll be having, if you choose the incorrect option, you'll be having like minus 1. Minus 1. Okay, clear with this, everyone? Clear? Yes, so this is the marking scheme. Yes. Now moving to the paper to pattern, here too you can see that in 2023 paper, there were four sections, okay? So section 1, we have discussed already, section 2, we have discussed, section 3, we have discussed, and section 4 is passage based. Okay, so here they'll give you a passage and a question will be asked, and that question is of numerical type. Here there will be no options to choose. It is of numerical type, and the total number of questions is going to be 4. Each question carries 3 marks, so therefore the maximum mark is going to be 2. Everyone clear? Yes, fine. Okay. And since it is a numerical question, here too you don't have the negative marking. Here too you don't have the negative marking. Okay, so there is a mistake. Sorry, there it should be plus 3 and 2 marking. Okay, clear everyone? Yes. Now moving to the JEE Advanced syllabus for 2024. Okay, so you have prepared for JEE means where the syllabus is reduced. Okay, for JEE Advanced it is reduced. Is it reduced for JEE Advanced? No. Yes. So there are few topics you have to study in addition with the chapters you have done for the JEE. Okay. Now, moving with the part-wise weightage. Okay, so physical chemistry part has 35 percentage weightage in the whole question paper. And I have brought you the 2023 paper analysis too. Okay, so first we'll discuss the syllabus part and what are the important topics you have to concentrate, and then we'll move to the thing. Okay, everyone clear? Yes. Okay, fine. Now, the general topics. This one includes the stoichiometry part, okay, mole concept. This comes under general topic. Okay, I hope that you are well versed with these things. Okay, and second one is like states of matter. Here you have to study this for advanced. It is not for your mains exam. Okay, gases and liquids, and atomic structure. Okay, atomic structure. Be careful with the Bohr radius problem, calculation of Bohr radius, hydrogen spectrum, hydrogen spectrum, quantum numbers, quantum numbers. Okay, and like the graphical part is there, right? In atomic structure, there is a graphical part, right? While calculating the nodes, okay, radial node and angular node. Okay, so we have there are three types of graphs like probability graphs, radial probability graph, radial density graph. Okay, so you must be clear with the plots, which is important. So these are the important topics to cover in atomic structure. In chemical bonding and molecular structure, okay. So first thorough the MOT up to Ne2. Okay, so this is in your syllabus up to Ne2. MOT, VSEPR theory, VBT theory. Okay, VSEPR theory, you know that you have to be clear like what is the geometry, what is the shape, what is the shape, and also like specifically when you take the pentagonal bipyramidal structure, what should be present at the axial position. This is your axial position, this is your equatorial position. So where should be the lone pair present and where should be the more electronegative atom present. Okay, this we have started in Benz rule. Benz rule. So Benz rule is important. Okay, back bonding. Back bonding is important. So these are few important topics in chemical bonding and chemical thermodynamics. Chemical thermodynamics. Yes. Okay, fine. So clear with the spontaneity, criteria of spontaneity, entropy, heat capacity, and then first law of thermodynamics, right? You have to apply and find out what will be the law, what will be the equation, okay, when it is isochloric, when it is isobaric, okay, and when it is isochoric, when it is isobaric, right? And you have to be clear with these first law of thermodynamic equation, first law of thermodynamic equation, okay, Hess's law. All these are few important topics in chemical thermodynamics. And what about chemical and ionic equilibrium? Chemical and ionic equilibrium, be clear with the Kp and Kc relationship. Yes, I hope you all done with it, right? Kp-Kc relationship. Is everyone? Yes, fine. Kp-Kc relationship. Okay, Le principle. Le principle, which is very important. Le principle. Okay, and when I take like ionic equilibrium, salt hydrolysis, calculation of solubility product, pH problems, all these are few important things. Electrochemistry, you can expect the numericals based on this, okay, whether integer type or the uh, numerical question. Okay, so electrochemistry, be thorough with the calculation of E naught of cell, E cell, okay, Nernst equation, and the relationship between like K and E naught delta G relationship. Okay, so all these are important part in electrochemistry, and you have to be clear with which one gets deposited at anode and which gets deposited at cathode. Okay, and moving to chemical kinetics, rate law, you can expect, and you can expect like finding out the order of the question, that is they'll be giving you the concentration in the table, right? You have to find out the order of the equation, you have to find out the order. Yes, those type of question. And Arrhenius equation, which is based on the temperature. These are few important topics in chemical kinetics. And moving to solid state. Okay, so this is of less weightage. So moving to solid state, we have to know like the packing, the formula of the compound if it is given, right? And then types of ionic solids, defects. These are few important topics in solid state. Solutions. Colligative property is very important. Colligative property. Okay. I hope that you will be thorough with this chapter, because this is the first chapter in 12th, right? So you would have been thorough with this chapter, colligative properties and different concentration terms, and then ideal gas, ideal and real solution, Rawls law. These are few important topics in solution. Surface chemistry is of less weightage. Just it is all about the concept, right? So be clear with the absorption factors. What are the factors responsible for absorption, and the isotherms, Prandtl isotherm. Okay, all these few things in physical chemistry. When moving to the organic chemistry, which is of 35 percentage weightage, B G O C. Yes. So I hope that you have practiced this GOC lot for JE mains, because it is of the highest weightage. Yes, it is of highest weightage. So you'll be clear with GOC. So be clear with the effects. So therefore you can solve the questions based on stability, acidity, basicity questions. Okay. So if you're clear with this part, you can do it. You can do it. And then like isomerism part. Okay. And moving to the thing like hydrocarbons in general in organic chemistry, if you know the mechanism of the reaction which is involved, okay, if you know the mechanism, like whether it will undergo nucleophilic substitution, whether it will undergo electrophilic addition, if you're clear with this part, you can find out the answer exactly. You can find out the exact answer if you know the mechanism, right? So be clear with the mechanisms. Okay, each and every type, when you're going to solve, write the mechanism and solve it, so you'll get it easily. Okay, and all the naming reactions, don't omit this naming reaction. You can expect direct question from the naming reaction. Okay, and also like in organic chemistry, they'll mix like 2 to 3 reactions together and ask in a question. Okay, so that is why be clear with the naming reaction. Okay, be clear with the mechanism, what is undergoing with the thing. And this is about the organic chemistry. Now moving to the inorganic chemistry is of 30 percentage weightage, and this is a high scoring, which decides the rank. This part will decide the rank. Okay, so what you have to do for inorganic chemistry? Read line by line NCRT. For inorganic chemistry, NCRT is the Bible of inorganic chemistry. Okay, so read it. And you can expect questions from block chemistry, from S, P, D, and F block chemistry. Okay, highest weightage is for coordination compounds. High weightage is for coordination compounds. You have to know which is strong field, weak field. Know to you be clear with the calculation of like magnetic moment. Yes, be clear. CFT theory, T2GG configuration. Be clear with it. Okay. So a high coordination compounds is of high weightage. Okay. So this is an inorganic chemistry. So read line by line for NCR, read line by line NCRT. So I'll tell you one thing again. Yes. So you are already thorough with the concepts. You have written JEE main exam. Now what you have to do is you have to sit and solve the questions. Okay, solve the problems as much as you can. Solve the problems as much as you can. Okay, it will help. It will help. Yes. Now moving to the chapter-wise distribution of question and marks of JEE Advanced 2023. So moving to the inorganic chemistry, if you see chemical bonding and periodic table, there were like number of questions 3 and see the marks 11 marks from periodic table and chemical bonding. Coordination chemistry is of 7 marks. Okay, and metallurgy, like one question they have asked, salt analysis, one question, and you can see like block block chemistry has 11 marks. 11 marks. Okay, so the highest weightage is for the periodic table, block chemistry, then comes coordination chemistry. Moving to the organic chemistry part, okay, surprisingly, there were no questions from the Givosian isomerism, but only if you know this part, right? If you know Givosi part, you can do all the reactions over here. So that is why Givosi concept is important. Okay, you can apply it over here. Apply it in these parts to get the marks, right? So the highest weightage is C over here. 16 marks is from like aromatic hydrocarbon, benzene, and then carboxylic acid derivative, alcohol ether, halogen derivative. Okay, so 16 marks. So which was a mixed type of question. I've told you, right? So they'll mix the concepts, like they'll mix the reactions together. So these mixed type of questions carry 16 marks. And then like acid amines has 3 marks, and all the like hydrocarbons, pure hydrocarbons, there's no which type of question, it was directly asked like from hydrocarbons, halogens, carbon derivative, biomolecules, polymer, each one question, so 4 or 3 marks each, 4 or 3 marks each. Okay, so this mixed type of questions of practice. Can you sit and study the mixed type of questions? No, right? You have to sit and practice. Okay, so practice the questions in organic chemistry to score good marks. Yes. Now moving to the physical chemistry. So no questions from mole concept, but this year you can expect. You can expect questions from mole concept and stoichiometry. So highest weightage is for thermodynamics. You can look over here. There is about like for 10 marks. Okay, then comes like electrochemistry and surface chemistry, 6 marks. Okay, and anic equilibrium one, solid state one, gaseous state one, atomic structure one. So each carries like 3 to 4 marks. Liquid solution, that is, this comes under like state of matter. These two states of matter. Okay, so this is the mark distribution. Okay, so clear with this. Now you have got an idea, right? What are the important topics you do not miss? So these are the important topics you should not miss, right? In organic chemistry, like all the reactions, if you're done with the mechanism, and if you know the basics, okay, GOC, if you're clear with the GOC, then you can attempt all the questions. And in inorganic chemistry, just clear with the NCT. Okay, yes. Now moving to what is our plan. Okay, so today is our orientation class where we have discussed like what type of marking scheme, what is the pattern, and what is the marking scheme where we have to be careful, right? So we have got a few idea about, okay, we have got a clarity about the pattern and the marking scheme and where you should not do the mistake, right? And we have discussed the syllabus, like important topics to be covered and what was the previous year question paper. So we have done the analysis. Okay, so moving forward, like on 18th and 19th, Thursday and Friday. Thursday will be covering like stoichiometry and equivalent concept. Friday, solutions and qualitative properties. So here, like we have done the theory part already, right? So we are just going to solve many problems in the class. Okay, so before coming to the class, okay, so tomorrow you don't have class. I hope that you all have the synopsis for each and every chapter with you. Yes. So go through the synopsis before the class. Hence, you can solve many questions. Right? If you are clear with the synopsis, okay. If you are done with the concept, if you revise it again, now then we can solve many questions. We can solve many problems in the class itself. Okay. And you have like one test on day Sunday. Monday will be discussing the answers for these things. Okay, and periodic classification followed by D and F coordination, and then again you have like Friday mock test 2. Okay, so paper 1 and 2 discussion on Sunday. Sunday we have like paper 1 and 2 discussion, and GOC on Monday. Tuesday we have like hydrocarbon. Wednesday you have like test. So Thursday we have like paper 1 and 2 discussion. Friday we have haloalkanes and haloarenes. Okay, and Sunday again alcohol, phenol, ether. Monday you'll be having writing one mock test number 4, and we'll be discussing the papers, answers for the mock test. And then comes aldehyde, ketone, carboxylic acid, amines, biomolecules, and then comes the advanced mock test 5. Yes, and on Sunday we'll be discussing the paper. Okay, and thermodynamics, we'll be discussing thermodynamics, like we'll be solving many problems. Okay, so we'll be solving problems. So just ensure that you have done, okay, you have revised the synopsis before, you have done with the synopsis before. Just you I hope that you all have the synopsis in your hand, right? You would have made some short notes for your mains exam. Yes, everyone has it. Revise it once. So if you are clear, right? If you are clear with the concept, then we can do many problems over there. Yes, and then it's like ionic equilibrium, chemical equilibrium, and we'll be discussing its paper. Yes, and next is the redox reaction and electrochemistry on 17th, and then you will be writing the 7th mock test, P block salt analysis, and then mock test 8. So you will have totally like 8. Okay, fine. Yes. So therefore, and on day number 40, sorry, yes, 40th day, you'll be having revision, and the 41st day is your day for exam. Okay. So now, what are the things you have to do and what you should not do? Okay. The first thing is stay determined. Okay. Do not procrastinate. If you are planning to do something today, okay, so do it today itself. Don't procrastinate it. Don't delay it. Okay. So if if the day is for stoichiometry and the thing you have to sit and solve many problems in stoichiometry, okay, so I have to do it, right? Just don't postpone. And if you have backlog at the end, then you are going to suffer. Okay, so at the starting itself, from the start itself, just before going to the bed, check, have you achieved today's goal? Okay, so before, like when you are waking up in the morning, just make a list what you have to do today, right? What topics you have to study and how many questions you're going to solve in the specific topic for all the three subjects. Just make a note of it, and before going to bed, you have to like tick it. Okay, you have to mark. You just have a checklist with you, and check whether you have done all the things before going to bed. Okay, if you are doing so, you're just not going to suffer at the end. Do the practice problems what I'm going to give you daily. Okay, that is your DPP. Do the DPP. Okay, so if you're not doing the DPP, then you're not going to practice much. So DPP will make you to practice more. Okay, so solve the DPP and be positive. Be positive. Okay, already you have done the JEE means, right? You are half the way. You are half the way. So be positive. Okay, don't get demotivated. Be motivated. Okay. Yes, so these are the like, general things. Like if I am just asking you the question, be just respond to the question. Okay, solve it and respond then and there. Okay. Yes. Now, what are the reference for inorganic chemistry? Just NCRTs, I have told you already, it is the Bible, right? Complete NCRT thoroughly. And you can like use JD Levy for advanced and solve the PYQs. PYQs will help you. It will give you the idea, right, of what type of questions will be asked. So solve the PYQs. And for organic chemistry, okay, like do with NCRT and MS Chauhan PYQ book and then send it. Okay, so use any one of this, and this PYQ and NCRT is compulsory. It is compulsory. I hope that you have done NCRT already for your mains. So practice advanced PYQ. It is compulsory to do it. Same way, like do it, and you can use any one of the thing for reference, and yeah, do all the problems in NCRT. I hope you have done already for the mains. Okay, so these are the references. So already I've told you that you are halfway there, so believe you can. Okay, so be focused and be positive. Let's rock together. Yes. Any doubts? Any doubts? The marking scheme and what you have to like study. What is the marking scheme and what you have to like important topics, important topics. And we have got an analysis of 2023 paper, right? So how many questions were asked in a specific topic? We have discussed what are the important topics, right? So do all the important topics what we have discussed today, okay? Don't omit it and practice more problems based on those topics. Okay, and we'll in the class also practice more problems in the important topics, in the high weightage topics. Yes, and you have got an idea about like how to solve the question, how to approach the question. Yes, so since there is like partial marking and negative marking, so be careful while choosing the answers. While choosing the answers, you have like enough time to answer the question. Okay, so you have like 3 half. Okay, so approximately there will be like each paper. Okay, in each paper. Okay, so totally it is going to be like 108 question. Okay, maximum like up to 108 question in papers. So you're just going to solve in 3 hours 54 questions. So choose what are the questions you're going to answer. Okay, and like if you're doubtful with the questions, don't answer it. Yes, else you just go with the negative mark, and you can like answer the integer type question because it doesn't have the negative marking. It doesn't have the negative marking, so you can go with the numerical type question, right? You can try and you can solve and enter the value of the integer type questions. Okay, clear? Yes. So have you all got an idea of what to do, where to start, right? How to study, and what are the things you have to keep in mind? Yes. And one more thing, like after completing the exam, right? So during the paper discussion, just use a method called error note error notes. Okay, what you're going to do over here is you'll be writing the exam a day before, right? And we'll be discussing the solutions for the exams which was conducted the day before. So take the note of the errors what you have made. So if it is like question number 1, what is the error you have made? What is the mistake, where you have done the mistake? Note it down. Okay, it will be very helpful for you. Okay, like when you're revising, okay, if you check over this error notes, will you do the mistake again? No, you will not. Will you do the mistake again? No, you will not. Right. So that is why maintain the error notebook. Maintain error notebook for each and every chapter, right? For each and every subject. Just make the mistakes you have done. Okay. So therefore you will not repeat the mistake. When you're solving PYQ, right? Mark the errors. Mark the mistakes what you have done, where it went wrong. Note it. Okay, if you note it, it will just register into your brain, so you will not repeat it. Okay, clear with this, everyone? Yes. So while we are doing the paper discussion, bring a fresh notebook called error notebook. Okay, and jot down the points what you have done. And I hope that already you have the formula list with you. Okay, you can use the formula list for the revision. You can use the short notes what you have with you for the revision. So before coming to the class, go through this, come to the class, so therefore we can solve many problems on the Okay, clear? Everyone? Yes, fine. So that's it for today. Thank you very much. And starting from the Thursday, we'll have regular sessions. Okay, the timing is going to be for chemistry 10 to 11:30. Okay, so come sharp from 10 to 11:30. We'll be solving many problems. Okay, so just note down the doubts what you have, right? And I'll try to solve the doubts in the end. Okay, yes, fine. Thank you all.